Today in Los Angeles, we dive into stories of tragedy, legal disputes, and a historic land return. I'm Dean Bark. Welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark from Los Angeles. Let's open with the big one. In Apple Valley, in San Bernardino County's high desert, a deadly crash has left a family and a community grieving. Lorena Lopez, 33 years old and pregnant with twins, was killed when another driver ran a stop sign and collided with her Nissan Altima in July. Her two children were hurt and taken to a trauma center. The other driver was pulled from a burning car. A makeshift memorial is already up at the intersection. Candles and flowers, where neighbors say the stop sign gets ignored too often. Investigators with local law enforcement are working the scene and reviewing witness accounts. The core facts are painfully simple. A stop sign run, a violent impact, a family forever changed. People nearby describe that stretch as a routine cut-through, where some drivers push their luck. Apple Valley officials have not released citations or charges yet. The investigation is active. Here's the latest scoop from neighbors and first responders. Speed and right-of-way violations continue to drive the worst outcomes on our roads. And when it's a residential intersection, there's no margin. If you're rolling up on a stop sign, stop completely. If you're on a through street, keep your eyes moving. This isn't complicated, it just saves lives. It's clear that we need stricter enforcement of traffic laws to prevent such needless tragedies. Let's pivot to the next story. In Boyle Heights, an East Side Los Angeles neighborhood, the demolition of a fire-damaged warehouse is on hold. Lineage, the company that manages the site, says Altus Power, a solar subcontractor, is blocking teardown in the name of evidence preservation. The fire sparked in June. Officials and attorneys have pegged suspicion on rooftop solar equipment, though the cause is not officially determined. Lineage, which oversees warehouse operations, argues the delay leaves debris and potential contaminants sitting in a densely populated area. Altus Power, the firm that installed and tested the solar array, insists the equipment and scene must be preserved so investigators can pinpoint what failed, if anything. The city's mayor has urged a focus on clearing debris and addressing public health concerns. Los Angeles County Public Health issued a cleanup directive in June. Both sides have filed legal actions, staking out their positions as crews wait at the curb. One wrinkle: performance tests on the rooftop system wrapped just days before the blaze. That fact raises eyebrows but doesn't by itself settle cause. In a case like this, two imperatives collide: preserve the record and protect the neighborhood. Dust, ash, and unknown residues don't care about court calendars. If regulators say debris has to go, then cleanup plans with clear evidence protocols should go forward without delay. In situations like these, the priority should always be public safety, not legal wrangling. Moving on. Fireworks season is peaking, and cities are stepping up enforcement from the sky. Riverside, east of Los Angeles, is deploying drones again this 4th of July weekend to spot illegal fireworks. The drone team is a 3-person unit: a police officer, a firefighter, and a code enforcement officer. Their mission is straightforward: document violations in real time so citations stick. In Riverside, the fine is $1,500. California allows only fireworks labeled safe and sane, and many cities ban all consumer fireworks outright. Here's some context. Chula Vista, a South Bay city in San Diego County, launched the nation's first drone as first responder program back in 2018. Since then, regulatory tweaks in 2025 made it easier for departments to expand drone operations. The Los Angeles Police Department used drones more than 3,000 times in 2025 for situational awareness, traffic collisions, searches, and now fireworks complaints. And nationwide, about 1,500 law enforcement agencies run drone programs, reflecting a broad tech shift in public safety. Riverside's trend lines tell you why they're doing this. Complaints through the 3111 app rose from 307 in 2024 to 431 in 2025, with 547 calls for service that same year, and there were 15 fireworks-related deaths nationally in 2025. Drones remove the guesswork. They see who lights the fuse, even from a block over. Privacy advocates remain concerned about aerial surveillance, and that debate isn't going away. That said, cities point to fewer injuries, fewer fires, and better evidence. If your plan relies on nobody seeing you launch a mortar, a floating camera strongly disagrees. That said, the safety benefits of using drones in this context cannot be ignored. Shifting gears. Up the coast in Mendocino County, California has returned 136 acres at Blues Beach and the surrounding bluffs to indigenous stewardship, a first for state-managed land. Kai Poma, a nonprofit representing the Sherwood Valley Band of Pomo Indians, the Round Valley Indian Tribes, and the Coyote Valley Band of Pomo Indians, will manage the land as a cultural and environmental resource. A bit of history. The state bought the property in the 1960s for Highway 1 planning. In 2021, a new California law allowed transfers of state property to tribal governments under defined conditions. In June, the California Transportation Commission approved this handoff. The plan now is stewardship rooted in traditional knowledge, protecting the bluffs, access points, and habitat while honoring cultural practices tied to that coastline. Sometimes progress looks like handing back the keys. This is a landmark decision that honors the heritage and rights of indigenous peoples. And now for something completely different. A missing persons alert that ended the right way in the San Gorgonio wilderness east of Los Angeles. Crystal Myers, 42, and her daughter, Alexis Myers Martinez, 21, were reported missing Thursday after they were last seen along the Vivian Creek Trail at about 10,300 feet. That route is one of the steepest paths to the summit of Mount San Gorgonio, the highest peak in Southern California. On Friday, San Bernardino County Sheriff officials, the county's lead law enforcement agency, confirmed both were found alive and well. They walked out on their own, uninjured. No details yet on where they sheltered or how they navigated. But here's the takeaway for anyone heading into high country this weekend. Check permits and trail conditions. Start early. Carry more water than you think you need. Pack a map or GPS with offline data, and tell someone your route and return time. Vivian Creek gains elevation fast. Weather swings, fatigue, and route finding can bite even strong hikers. The best search and rescue is the one you never need. It's a relief they're safe, and it's a good reminder to take extra precautions in the wilderness. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark in Los Angeles. Have a great day, and join us again tomorrow.